Welcome back everybody, sorry for the long wait before my last video. Welcome back to the Trisquare build on Solidworks using the skills that we learnt by the previous videos in the series. So in my last video we created the pin and we created the blade. Now we're going to create the wooden block. So we're going to open a new file, new, part. We're going to get back to assembly, not yet, let's go to part right now, go to part. And we need to create a block. So we're going to take some measurements off of this because I don't have the Trisquare. So we're going to go tools, evaluate like we've done many other times in the last video. Take this measurement, which is 128, let's write that down. We're going to click on the white space so we get rid of that measurement. We're going to go to this line, which is 32, let's write that down as well. And then finally let's find the thickness of this wooden block, which is 18. Now we've written these down, let's create a sketch in our new part. So we're going to get a sketch, go to top plane, go create a random rectangle. It doesn't have to be any particular size because what we're going to do, we're going to do a smart dimension. The width was 32, the length was 128, and then the thickness was 18. So we're going to go in Twitter icon, just press that. Use your center mouse wheel to navigate, and we're going to go to features, extrude boss, and in the blind function where it says D1 we're going to press 18 millimeters. Press a tick, and that is our block. Now what we need is a little slit here so we could insert the blade. So what was the width of the blade? Let's see. Go to tools, evaluate, measure, take that, which is 51, and the thickness was, let's just zoom in a bit further, 1 millimeter, so 51 by 1. Let's go back to part, click on the side face here, go to sketch, press sketch. We're going to draw any rectangle starting, this is very important here, starting from this edge. Make sure you have clicked the edge and it's orange before you click it. Create any rectangle here like we did before. We're going to go to smart dimension, make sure that this is 51, make sure that this is 1. Now we want this to be centered, so we know that this is 18, this is 1, so 18 minus 1 is 17. 17 divided by 2 is the distance between here and here. So we're going to write that in. Remember, Solidworks can do maths. So we're going to go 17 divided by 2. 2. So we don't have to do any of the calculations by hand. And there you go. That is completely centered. And just so you know, we can check that with this. See, look, that's also 8.5. I don't want to over constrain this. So I'm going to press escape here. Click the Twitter icon, go to features, extruded cut, change the blind to through all, press tick, and there you go. There is our slot for the blade. Now we need to create those pinholes. We're gonna go onto this. So this is our finished model. We're going to go onto the cut extrude and the sketch that we made for these three. We're going to go to we're going to double click it, select all of them, Control C, go back to our sketch here, Control V, and we have perfectly the ones over here. Now, this is very odd that we have our these three pins don't line up this way. There is a reason for that. Now if you see, this distance here is perpendicular, so these are perpendicular to each other, so this has to be lengthways. So we're going to change that right now. We're going to make sure these are all selected. make sure all these are selected. We're going to go move entities, rotate, and where it's going to go. And the center of rotation, let's do there, and it's going to go 90. Done. Let's move this here, and the measurement, so this distance here from the center to top is 15.01. So we're going to go back to here, smart dimension, center. Let's actually constrain that there. So the center, smart dimension, center to this edge is, so you can go back, check, 15.01, 15.01, and this distance here, so from the center to the edge is, so this center to the edge is 14.31. Center to the edge 14 point, which was 14.31. And there you go. We're just going to extrude that out. Go to features, extrude cut through all, and you can see here we have our spaces for pins. Now we need our slot. So I'll just explain to you what I'm doing. We need this here. And what we're going to do, we're going to go back onto this. To create our slot, we're going to go on sketch, press this surface. We're going to eyeball it because it doesn't really matter what slot looks like, because it's just aesthetics. So just make sure that we have even values here. This is 6, so we're going to change that to 7. This is 45, let's change that to 46. If this is 7, we know that this is 32. 7 minus 32. Sorry, 32 minus 7, and then divided by 2, so that's 25. So this distance here, is 25 divided by 2. That's perfect. Then we're going to create a circle in between the midpoint of this line, just with a radius of 3.5, which is half of 7, like that. We're going to go trim entities, trim these two lines, press the tick. We're going to go to features, press this as well. We're going to go to features, extrude cut, not through all, we're going to go blind, and we're just going to go 5, and just, determine if it looks good. This is way too deep, way too deep, so I'm going to change that to 2. That's a bit better. Actually, you know what? I think 3 is better. Yeah, 3 looks good. I think 3 would work. See, that's our slot here, and then we just need that gradient. We're going to fillet, or fillet. I don't know how people say it nowadays. You're going to change this value to when we think it looks good. Let's look at 5. If that's good, I think that's fine. There you go. There's our slot here. I'm only going to do it on one side because I don't really want to do it on the other side. If you want to do it, it doesn't really matter. Now we want to change this into wood. So we're going to go on to the edit, go into appearance, material, close this steel. We don't want steel, we want woods. And choose your poison. I like the look of mahogany, so I'm going to change it to mahogany. Close, and let's save it. This is our wooden handle. Now you have your 3 basic components. That's perfect. Now we want to create an assembly. So this is where that new icon comes in, which is good. So go to File, New, and this assembly allows us to join all of our parts together. So go to assembly, press OK. So I'm going to close this one block later, but basically we want the blades and pin. So let's just place a blade here, pin here, and as you can see, that's really weird. It hasn't extruded that out. So what we're going to go back into our blade, make sure that it is extruded, make sure you save, and go back to our assembly, and there you go, we have our extruded blade here. We have a pin there. Now we need our wooden block, so we're going to go into insert, component, existing part, go to the wooden handle. The wooden block was just a test, so go to wooden handle and just place that anywhere you like. So I've placed this here, and what we want to do first, which is that problem that we saw first, beforehand, is that this isn't in the correct orientation. So we're going to first rotate it in the direction we want. We're going to right click, we're going to go with move with triad. I'm just going to rotate it like so. It doesn't really matter if it's that accurate, it should just look like it's right. Go to then mate, and then do this face here, which will interact with not this face. Make coincident, yep, that's perfect. And then press the tick, create new mate, which is that this face is parallel with this face, and that this face is parallel with this face. Actually, let's do coincident. And just one more, we're going to go, this face is touching this face. And as you can see, we have our blade in this. Now look, the pins don't line up. I know they don't. It's probably some mistake. You can fiddle around with that. Probably some mistake that I've done in the designing of the pins here, that I probably chose this distance instead of this distance. It doesn't really matter. It works for this demonstration. We're going to go onto this, the pin, and mate it with there, and then go with the circle to the circle, and we have one of our pins in there. Now we're going to go into insert component, insert component, existing part, and we're going to go and include another pin and do the same thing again. So mate, circle to circle, and then go to insert component, existing part, pin, and then mate, circle to circle. And there you go. Here is your Trisquare. Now we can render this as well, and I'll show you that in a second. So let's click this. We're going to go to Tools. We're going to go to Solidworks Visualize, Export Simple. Just save your assembly. It's going to open up the Solidworks Visualize. And it's just a bit slow. There you go. So I like that angle here. Now you can fiddle around with these settings in your own time. I'm just showing you how to do this quickly. Go to Tools, Render, Image 4K high quality, that's fine. PNG, that's fine. That's fine. The more render passes you do, the higher the quality, but the more GPU load you'll need. The output, I'm just going to go and do render of SolidWorks square, and render. Now this is going to take a bit of time, so I'll come back when it's ready. Okay, we are back. This is our final render, and you can open it in the output folder that you've chosen. Thank you, and see you soon.